How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight is our second episode of ParaChat. And here are the girls. Hello.
Hello, welcome this evening to the TSW ParaChat.
Welcome. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you guys are going to enjoy our show. We're going to actually come into some topics that might be of interest to you. So stay tuned, see what happens. We're going to do some live EVP session and some other stuff. So stick around, guys.
We have some surprises again, and we're gonna see how you feel about everything that we're doing. We're going to enjoy maybe some rods this evening.
Mm-hmm.
I love the rods. The rods really tell the truth, and we'll tell you what we found to happen in our last video that we did of Calico. And we'll just let you in on a little bit of the background of it because it was freaky to say the least. And I remember I loved hearing in it the part where I said, "Did you hear that?" Because the sound was loud. But tonight we're going to talk about places, not necessarily in this country, but we will be talking about hauntings maybe in the Caribbean.
We are in the U.S.
Yes. In the lovely part of California called Orange County. So, this evening, we're going to talk about world locations of hauntings.
Yeah, different parts of the
Yes.
world. And the reason why we said the Caribbean was because they have like some pretty scary stories that we're going to mention tonight. Especially the one that we all know and love is the Bermuda Triangle, or also known as the Devil's Triangle. There has been some crazy activity there in that area, like sunken ships, fallen planes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, and they can't find them. They don't know where they were. All of a sudden, they get into this triangle. And I can't remember the triangle starting. It starts
It's
Bermuda,
Puerto
Rico?
Rico, and the where Miami starts. So it's like in a like a huge triangle in about 150,000 miles to about 1,000,000 miles.
Wow.
In like the whole triangle. The
I don't even know how big that is.
I mean, that's like crazy. I don't know how you would even like find anyone in there, let alone send a search team.
It's scary. They don't know. I mean, captains of ships don't even want to get close to it. That's how creepy it is. And like we said, the zone of silence, same thing happens in Bermuda too. So ships go missing, planes go missing.
wow.
Dude, that's
Let's
freaking
get that.
crazy.
That's the connection, the magnetism, the actual the attraction to that specific area. And I also want to get into the dragon triangle, but that's on another stream.
So why are we talking about the Bermuda Triangle? Because it is a freaky place. I mean, imagine flying over that location. I would be freaked out.
No captains of boats want to go through there. They lose all sense of everything, and you never see
So
them
what
again.
happens exactly?
Well, the fact that there have been a lot of like fleet planes and ships that have people that have died, and they don't find the
Yes.
wreckage. So you can only imagine what the paranormal activity must be around there. I mean, there have been UFO sightings even in that area, like people who live, in Miami, people who live in Puerto Rico have seen strange lights in the sky, things.
I want to talk about UFOs.
Yes.
Oh, that's what we're.
That's
really
our thing
Yeah.
because honestly, UFOs to me are crazy. Are totally something that unexplained that people cannot explain what these lights are. Right?
It's true. I mean, come on, what's a falling star? Could it be a meteorite? because meteorite, anything I believe that comes from a certain point in the atmosphere above that circle burns coming through our atmosphere.
Right. Good
So
line.
yeah, so if that line is broken, anything that's in space will burn coming into our atmosphere. You just don't know if it's actually a falling star or someone trying to come into our atmosphere.
The reason why we're mentioning this burning thing because we ourselves have seen like fiery orbs in the sky,
Yes.
just kind of floating there. Orange to be exact, and they just kind of like hang out there, and then they kind of implode or suck right in and take off. I don't know if
There's no taking off though. They don't take off.
I don't know. It just they're there and then they're not there all of a sudden. The reason why I mention this because there's actually been in the Bermuda Triangle.
No.
Now that we're talking about it, um, someone who has, taken their ship or their plane, I'm not quite sure the story, that have passed through and they've lost time. Almost like being on a UFO ship. But like that they all of a sudden they went from point A to point B in less than a few seconds within like 100-mile distance in a few seconds. And they didn't know how fast they were going. They felt like they were going slow. Like they were lost.
That's true.
There's like clouds. You can't really tell where the horizon is. It's kind of like you almost like feel like you're in the twilight zone. Like you're getting confused. Your eyes get confused.
Maybe they're going through some kind of portal. Or...
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because how can these ships and these planes be lost, never to be found? Or let's think about this. If someone does show up 20 years later, you hear about that too. I was flying over the Bermuda Triangle. Something happened. My plane went down. Well, what happened? How come you were missing that many years? They can't explain.
Well, what do you think it is?
It's gotta be some type. I don't want to say like a kidnapping. Like how you can be taken at times too, because people have been taken at times, and we just want to see how curious you guys are and see what interests you, because we really have strong interest in a lot of different things with the paranormal, with UFOs, and we're interested in hearing about what you guys have to say.
Yeah, exactly. And then continuing with the scary paranormal stories in the off the Caribbean, like off the coast. Um, there's this place. What did you call it? Martinique.
Yes.
Martinique. It's called La Route de la Trace, which is kind of like obviously like a road, a windy road in this particular place. And you actually, at night, some people have reported like a lady walking around in a white dress. Some say that she's like a witch, but they don't really know the story since it's off in the Caribbean. There's a lot of legends and
where's the Caribbean?
The Caribbean is in the Atlantic. The Caribbean Sea is to the west, and the Atlantic is to the east. It goes all the way from Cuba, all the way down through hit Jamaica. The West Indies are all the way to the south. Venezuela is South America. The next island up would be Trinidad and Tobago. Also Grenada and Barbados to the north.
So aren't they known about witchcraft as well?
They call it obia. What Louisiana calls voodoo, they call obia. Now, the strongest country known to practice obia within the whole of the Caribbean is the connected country from Dominican Republic to the west, which is Haiti. Haiti
Oh.
has a lot of strong Obia
I've
connection.
heard about like real zombies happening there.
Yes.
They give like some people some kind of poison or drug, and then they fall asleep, and their heart slows down, and then they bury them,
Yes.
and
There's
then
a
they go
lot
and
of
get them
times.
out of there, and they're able to control these people because they're like zombies.
Yeah, it's really crazy to believe it or not what these countries brought in, but because they're so well mixed with different nationalities, everything came in, and it's just like in Louisiana has a lot of it as well. I'd be interested in going there to see how New Orleans is because it is a fun place
That's
during Carnival. And in the Caribbean, Carnival time is the best kind of time to go there. But some of the countries, like I'm very familiar with Trinidad and Tobago because of my significant other, but his area has what you call jumbies. And jumbies are they paint them blue, they paint people blue to mimic a jumbie, but a jumbie looks kind of like the devil. Looks kind of like the devil. And
oh, that's scary.
yes. And the Laja Bless, just to let you know, because we are talking about the Caribbean, is a woman comes and she tries to attract men. And how she does that, kind of like to spell them, like to give them a
Oh,
spell.
like entrance them, lure
Yeah,
them in.
entrance them and lure them in. And how she does that is she looks beautiful with her white brim hat and her nice, beautiful dress, and she enhances them. It is really, really crazy how they
Oh,
make an
wow.
entrancing type of look to them. And there's just different legends, a lot of different legends that everybody takes with them and talks about over the years. And uh, a lot of those areas now, mind you, in the old days, when they used to come from England and they used to come from Africa, the trade winds brought them to the country.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what brought it.
Mhm.
And they were known initially as the Trinity for the two mountains.
Oh,
Or in the, that's where the Trinity
that's why they
comes.
did that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I noticed that the K2 meter is kind of flashing in the background. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys noticed that, but there's some kind of activity going on. I don't know. Maybe the spirits.
Well, maybe you should talk about what happened to us with Michael Scott this weekend.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, I really want to know.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't get a chance to go, and I have been dying to hear this.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you this one little spot, little part. We actually were using the dowsing rods, and if anybody doesn't know what the dowsing rods are, we actually have them in this area here, or
They're somewhere here. We have them.
actually I probably put them over there. What they are is they're copper rods, and you hold them. They're usually used to search for water, and nobody usually knows um, like the origin or what they are really truly used for. At least I don't know. But a lot of people use them for spirit communication, and they actually
There they
there
are.
they are right here. This one's right here. So what we do is we ask the spirits uh, by holding them straight, and I guess I'm the best one to hold them. Um, and you kind of ask them nicely and politely, um, like
Questions.
what questions, and
Yes or no?
You have to state what they want to answer as yes and what they want to answer as no, and you go ahead and start communication and only speak with those um, of the white light, or whatever you prefer. Um, it's really cool. But what happened that night? We were at the bridge, and Michael Scott and us, we asked the same questions, and the spirits answered. in the same manner. So whatever he asked for let's say
Cross the right rod or something.
oh yeah, or like if you're a male or a female, or we asked the same questions, and then it answered in the same way. Like, are you passing by? Yes.
Don't give him too much because we
Or-
want him to watch the
So
videos.
definitely stay tuned for that because that's coming up sometime
Yes.
this week.
And we'll have the
Or next
link
week.
down below so you guys can watch both videos.
Yeah,
when they
we're gonna have
come
it down
out.
below.
What I thought was most interesting in our recent trip to Calico is this. We did post, uh, Cass, Carmen, and the sisters Wood here. We posted a video, and at the end, you didn't get to see the bulk of it because, yes, there were personal communications. And one of the personal communications was we were asking our Parababe in Las Vegas, Angela, if her father could please um, move the rod to say that he was here. Well, only people were answering crossed with the right rod, not with the left. So we began discussing that. And the moment we started discussing it, the left rod moved and it crossed as opposed. The right rod stayed straightforward and the left one crossed.
Like he was trying to uh, make it known that um, not only the right rod could be moved, but the left one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't really specify or ask, if he could move it. He just kind of did it for us, which is kind of cool. Like I am a right-handed person, so I don't know. Like that's the thing. You have to kind of, feel out the situation, and it proved to us, you know, in the personal communication that it was, it felt real.
It
You know?
did. It did.
Girls, I'm gonna see if we can get you guys into a quick little Facebook so you guys can keep doing your thing, and I'm gonna
Okay.
do a quick Facebook one.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Well, listen, what we're going to do is go over a little bit about what we've seen and what we're interested in doing. A lot of the places that you'll hear us discuss, there is interesting type of areas that we do want to go into. I really think that when you enter South America too, I don't know volatility in Venezuela, but definitely Brazil. Brazil has got, they speak Portuguese, of course. So they've got a lot of history as well. Um,
What about that one castle?
in Edinburgh,
Oh
or
no, I think it's about the nun.
oh, in Shaka Shakari,
Yes.
Trinidad, there was an American nun. Her name was Sister Mary Luigi, and she fell in love with a Venezuelan sailor. And she was found hanging over the altar after they found out about them, and she refused to first leave the chapel. Second, she refused to end the relationship. So I guess essentially the church forced her to leave.
Oh wow.
She was found hanging. I don't know if that was on her own or whatnot, but it's interesting because she's found to either touch people or like if you feel cold air whipping through, it's like saying hello, but get out. So
Oh,
if you feel a
man.
push, it's get out of here. I don't want you here. And again, a lot of legends, different locations.
Yeah.
Lopino, Trinidad is another one. And in Lopino, there was a lieutenant general and he was a count, so he was French. His name was Charles de Lopino,
Mhm.
and
I heard of that place.
yeah, he's very interesting. I don't like talking about certain eras, but way back then when things were a certain way in England and the United States, and definitely in the Caribbean as well. Uh, so there's a lot of different hauntings. He's known to be on a white horse, uh, hopping through the trees.
Oh, in the forest.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
forest. And then when people get close to where his former house was, he starts trying to get them away, like scare them out of the area.
Is he like a dark spirit, or what is it? Why is he chasing people out of there?
Probably because he doesn't want them in his area.
Oh,
But he was
He
not
lived
a nice owner of persons back then, and he
oh.
did not treat people well. So
Uh-huh.
he maybe that's his place to haunt that area. I don't know, but they do see persons also walking around a certain area, and
Oh, like
Jamaica's like that. A lot of the areas have those.
Oh wow.
It's really legend, especially if you think about it. Those areas were originated even back in the 1700s. So like for instance, Edinburgh Castle in Scotland, that one was created 900 years ago. That castle was created, so you can
Oh my
imagine.
I wonder how long it took to even make it. To
I
make
have
the
no
castle.
idea,
I mean,
but it's on top. It's still on top of a hill.
Oh.
I'm sure there's a city that surrounded it. There was a black plague in the 1800s. So the people from the village maybe below, or the town maybe below, were dying because of the plague. So it just went into the castle. It also surrounds the city. So there's spirits known to walk the city and spirits known to walk throughout the castle.
Man. People who were sick and people who were just, you know, like crying, trying to get into the castle, get some food or something, and then they wouldn't let them in because they were all sick.
Yeah, then when I think in 2002, in from April 6th to the 17th, I do believe are the dates. I may be wrong, but there was a scientific study done to measure the paranormal activity in that castle, and they got quite a bit. People within the chambers, the vaults, the dungeons.
Oh.
Well, you have to think about a dungeon.
How did they study though?
I'm not sure exactly how they did the specific studies, but they felt people tugging on them. They felt burning on their arms. They felt people touching their face, like spirit touching their face.
It's more like personal experience. They didn't
Probably
like bring
so.
any equipment or anything like that.
They don't mention that.
Well,
They
why
really
don't you
don't
guys
mention
mention what equipment we use?
Okay, so this is the K2 meter. K2 meter measures energy, the electric energy of someone.
So that's what we use it for. We use it for like magnetic energy in areas that don't have electrical outputs, like say wire endings or like plugs or anything. So we try to go out to where there's no electricity, or we try, and then we just kind of hang out. Is it going?
No, it's the candle that's tricking the light, so you might not want to have it right behind the candle.
Okay.
There
Is that
you
good
go.
right there?
That's
Okay.
better.
And then we also have what's called the PSB7 spirit box.
Who made that? Do you know who made that? It's a very popular spirit box.
I'm not quite sure.
It's on Amazon. We got it on Amazon.
It's a ITC research device, which basically, it has a reverse and forward sweep rate. I guess when you're doing it in reverse, it goes forward and reverse at the same time.
Guys, William Bennett says electromagnetic fields. Hi, William Bennett. Welcome.
Hello, William. Welcome.
We have Patty Rango on Facebook as well watching.
Hello, Patty.
Hi.
Glad you can join us. Thank you.
So basically, we turn it up all the way, and we do a reverse sweep. So basically, it's like an FM AM radio type thing in a going back and forward in a linear motion. And also we have this amp, which is a Black Star, and we connect it together, and this would be amplified on here, and then we can hear it a little better.
It's like a speaker.
Basically,
Yes.
Yes.
basically it's a speaker, and
We also connect the noise killer to it.
Mhm.
which actually kind of reduces like the little
That
Background.
I want to do it. It goes,
Yes, and it
and
does.
you know what? I'm so used to it. I mean, I know you guys are only looking at the girls, but here I am. Okay, this sound, it was really hard for me to get used to at first. It was really hard for me to get used to that. It was a lot of noise. So then we went ahead and said, you know what? Let's find out how we can like reduce that noise. And we ended up getting like this green noise killer. It's for the amp, right? It's for
Yeah.
for people who play like the guitar. So we cancel that a little bit of that noise, and you will see that in the video, in the live, in the very first live show, and it works pretty well actually.
yeah, we did a little bit of an experiment. Well, actually, we actually used Diana's what is it, noise canceling
Yeah.
headphones, and then we just kind of connected it, and we're do it's in beta mode right now, but it's kind of fun. Basically, we use this PSP7. The noise canceling headphones go on my head, and basically that is shooting in my ear at volume 30, and what we're doing is we're recording it on our audio recorder at the same time, getting all of the communication, anyone who was around us at that time, and then we actually played it back, and then but while right before actually we they asked questions in the air to see if they would answer, and then I couldn't hear them, and they would also blindfolded me in order to
heighten the sense of hearing.
right my senses. So
And
it was kind of
that's-
cool.
Oh, the funny thing is when you play it back and you're actually hearing us ask the questions and her answering us, and you know she can't hear us because she's talking like 3 or 4 different octaves higher, like I can't hear you, so we know she couldn't hear us, and plus we could hear the 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 reverse sweep coming out of the headphones. So
Yeah,
we
and
know
it was really loud.
it was. I don't know how she did it on her head.
It was loud. It was
So
loud.
that was
Yeah.
interesting, and I think that we're gonna keep trying to do different testing with different things. Like for example, with our tools that we were talking about. So you
Right.
guys were on PSB7, the Black Star. What else do we use?
We have the pendulum and the grid.
Yeah,
We do have that.
and that seems to be more like personal, because we actually hold on to like a crystal, and we use a grid that's
Hi guys, sorry. I don't know what happened. Let me try to get the girls back in. I'm sending them the link. I'm sending them the link so they can log in again. Sorry guys. Just a second. This will be better, right? Not everything is done all the time. But we can just get that going.
That's right.
How's everybody doing? Let me try to get this link over to the girls so they can call in and keep talking about all these paranormal activities. Get it? I hope you guys watch our videos. We work really hard on them. The last one was Calico, Calico number 2, and that was interesting. Okay,
We're back. Here we go.
there's the girls.
We're here. Hello again. So we're talking about our favorite tools. So I really like the grid and the pendulum. Now, if you ask a specific question that, how about you want to know, am I going to be rich in 3 years? Well, Spirit won't ask that because you have choices in life. So you could go choose to go play the lotto and play specific numbers and possibly win,
Right. And Spirit doesn't like to be, you know, made like a show, like a joke, or they don't they want to be taken seriously, and yeah, sometimes they can be tricksters, but as far as I'm concerned, like they don't want to be used as like some kind of circus show or something.
They're there for specific reasons, whether they're family, whether they're friends, or whether they're people out in the universe that have spent time in their life and time in death wanting to communicate. I think we touched on this last night too. They do want to communicate. You are willing to do that. They are willing to give you answers. Now, you guys went with Michael Scott down to Black Star Canyon, one of our favorite places. And we talked about casting a rock being thrown at her backpack, and it's almost like Spirit is still forging the door, and the rock was just a means to say attack.
Yeah, and also there was this. I think there was a gentleman that, like a resident, um, that actually had like a house or a cabin, and he like, I guess he would shoot at residents or whatever, at people that would walk by into his property, kind of like that one guy.
We've got K2 meter. I think they're here, guys.
Oh,
They're
Oh,
ready for
boy.
communication. It's lighting up to orange.
Oh my goodness.
You guys want to start asking questions?
Well, let's do the dowsing rods first. How about if we do that?
okay.
Yes.
So
Um,
connection is good still.
Yes, we're good with connection.
Okay.
Okay, what
We
we're gonna
Patty Rango is the one that noticed the meter going off on Facebook. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you. I can't see it unfortunately being behind it, so thank you very much for letting us know. We're gonna ask that people of the white light please enter this session this evening. We ask that only the people of the white light, positive natured people, positive natured spirit. We're going to open up communication now. First, we'll use the rods that Carmen is very good at, and then we'll move on to the PSB 7.
Do you want to tell people how you use the rods and how you hold on to them? Because maybe somebody might want to purchase some and do their own investigation or ask questions.
Well, we kind of get the rods that are all copper. They don't have any any things, any
Metal.
other metal or any other materials that would interrupt us grabbing it or uncomfortableness
The
or any of
connection
that.
of the
Right.
energy.
And also the fluidity of this. Basically, we ask the spirits or our spirit guides around us um, to answer, like, say, what is the what would be hold on. What would be the um, the answer for yes or whatever? What would be your
You
your
make
answer?
that determination.
Right.
So if you want them to cross the rods, like I'll ask a question here. Is there spirit with us this evening? Please cross the rods for yes. Sometimes it does take time for them. Do you come to visit Carmen? It's slowly getting there. They're slowly answering. And sometimes, oh, there's someone. So there is spirits here.
That's a big yes.
Most definitely a big yes.
And another thing is, energy. So, let's go ahead and reset them. Like you were saying, if there's anyone here with us, um, can you please cross the rods? And that would be the indicator that you're here. Or yes.
There's someone that's interested on the left.
Yeah.
They're just not fully moving.
They're kind of playing around with it. Yeah.
Mm.
Let us know if you're here. Cross the rods, please.
Well, the meter is not going off anymore.
I know.
Mm.
Can you maybe sit a little bit higher, Car?
You
Or
wanna
maybe
sit
sit
on
on a pillow
Yeah.
so they can see you better, see
Okay.
the rods
Yeah.
better.
I'm a little short.
Okay, the
Yeah.
meter's going off now.
Oh,
It just goes off and on. So
They're just waiting for me to leave.
yeah,
They're like, she's gone.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We do want to mention how Carmen is holding this. Her fists are here. Where the rod moves is here.
you wanna show
Her thumb is
Closer.
here.
show it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see there, that's where it moves.
This is what rotates, and then you want to hold on to this,
Mm-hmm.
and then this part swings around like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to keep it as straight as possible. Your back straight. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Spirit really wanted to get me. Okay. Yeah, and it's actually the way she holds it. I have to say, she's
very
is
good at holding it
very
straight.
good at it, and she doesn't move. Look, she doesn't move, so we're sure to get the correct spirit communication.
Mhm.
Is there any spirit out here with us now that would like to communicate with us? Please cross the rods for yes, away for no. We understand that it may be a little difficult with moving the rod, but if you just with your finger real easy, it does swing. You notice someone's trying to do something with the left one.
I wanna restart it.
Yeah.
Let me restart it.
And just resetting it is taking your energy, dropping it down, and then putting it back up. It kind of helps the energy of the spirit.
Okay.
Do you feel more comfortable with using the PSP7 to communicate? Or do you feel better with the rods? Please point it away for the rods, cross for the PSP7.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they looks like they're
They-
on the PSP7.
They want to speak. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put these away, and then we're gonna go ahead and do this. And sorry about that,
That's
Diana.
okay.
Um, okay, we're gonna use our black star, and
Patty said that maybe they're shy because as it moves, so does the meter. But I think they have the preferred way of communicating. Honestly.
yeah, and it's always best to ask.
Yeah.
Because you want to be respectful and you want to be
We're gonna make it easy for them.
right. And sometimes they don't have energy, and sometimes this creates more energy than, like, say, the rods. It's just, it would be solely my energy, and I don't allow anyone to take over my energy. So that's why they decided on
Yeah.
this, probably. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna be sweeping it in reverse at 150 milliseconds.
Make sure you turn the volume down first, because it's gonna be like crazy loud.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that.
Hurt people's ears.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
there's
back.
someone.
Hi. How are you guys? Can you hear me? We are here to communicate with you. Do you have something to say?
Hello.
What is your name? Alfred?
What, Patty? What is your late husband's name? Patty? Did you just say Patty?
I think so.
Hi.
Did you hear that, Patty?
Is somebody here for Patty? Who's here for Patty?
Did you want to leave a message for Patty?
He said, please help me.
What do you need help? What do you need help with?
I thought I said I'm late.
What are you late for? Dinner? We hear you. Can you speak a little louder?
I'm here.
I'm here. Who's here? What's your name? Louis? I don't know. What is your name? Ed? Ed? I'm Jake. So we got an Ed and a Jake. What is your message?
I'm here now or something like that.
Can you please give us your name and who you're here to say hello to?
Hi. Who is this? Hello. Danny wants to know if Omar is here to say hello to her. Omar, are you here? For Patty?
I heard Patty.
I just heard a loud voice, but I did not hear what they said.
Omar, are you here for Patty?
Yeah.
What is your message?
Omar, do you want to say hello to Patty?
Okay, we heard Patty. Who is this? Who's trying to talk to Patty? Patty? What's your name? What is your name? Hi, baby.
I heard hi, baby.
What is your name?
Is this you, Omar?
Patty thinks it's a friendship. She just they say Patty again.
Yeah.
Is this Cornelia? Patty's friend? Go ahead.
Can you please say your name nice and strong for us so Patty can hear who it is?
Facebook. Yes, Patty is watching through Facebook. Is this Cornelia?
I'm hearing low voices in the background.
Yeah, I can hear like the lowness right here.
What?
That was a very strong one. If there are people here to speak with Patty, we'd like to know your name.
Is there anybody else here that would like to say their name? Can you guys speak? Please speak one at a time. Wait for the first person to go in line. Who's the first one in line? What is your name? Hello. Who is it?
I'm hearing
Why are you here?
I keep hearing baby.
Who's baby? Who is baby? In heaven. You're in heaven and you're just visiting. Coming back.
Coming back, yeah.
What is your name? Please say your name really loud so we can hear you.
I keep hearing baby. Baby.
Baby. What
How many of you are here? Can you tell me a number?
11. Is there 11 people here?
Kind of.
John, can you say our name, one of our names? Do you know our names?
I heard Robert.
Do you know? Do you know my name?
Do you see us right now?
What?
I heard I am here and an expert.
Are you trying to communicate something about Patty's baby?
I heard woman.
Who is this woman? What is her name? Baby.
Baby again.
What are you trying to say about the baby?
What is the baby's name?
Someone's trying to come in. They're just really wrong that we can't understand. The male that's holding. What is your name? The male that's talking right now. Who are you? You're in baby.
Who's baby?
The gentleman that's speaking. If you speak clearly into the box here to in front of Carmen, you can convey your message. Is there a message you want to leave about the baby?
What is my name? What is my name? You know who I am. I see you.
You see us?
We have several people on chat and several people on Facebook. Can you say a name that you recognize? Brittany. Hi. Is your name Brittany or do you see somebody named Brittany on chat? Woman. What year are we in?
How many people are in the room right now?
I heard Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, somebody from Facebook. Is it Patty that you want to talk to?
Is it Patty?
Patty. Is your name Cornelia? Baby.
Maybe.
Is your name Cornelia? Say Cornelia if that's your name.
Cornelia, is that you?
If it's not Cornelia, is it Omar? So it's not Omar or Cornelia. What is your name?
Are you a family member?
Is there someone that would like to leave a message for Patty on Facebook? Can you please give us your name?
I heard Robert again.
Robert. Patty, let us know if you know anybody named Robert. That's on the other side. We want to leave a message for one of us in the room.
If you'd like to communicate with us, please leave us your name.
We're going to practice communication in short now. If you have something to say, please say it now. Ready? Go.
Before we close out our communication session, please leave your name.
Edward. Patty, who did? Give us a name, please. Patty.
Grandma?
My grandpa's name is Edward.
Is this Diana's grandpa Edward?
Did you say hello?
Patty, give us a name.
Well, thank you for your communication. I did want to ask. Please don't leave yet. We want to see, is there anyone here for Patty? We'd like to see if she can recognize your voice.
Robert. Is that you, Robert? friend Robert passed away a month ago. Is this Robert? Robert, is that you? Say your name, Robert. Well, we didn't hear Robert before.
Yeah, I've heard it twice already. Yeah, more than once.
Robert, if this is you, say Patty. Patty. Okay, it is Robert. Robert, you have a message for Patty. I do, yeah, I do. What is your message, Robert? Baby? Movie?
I heard baby.
Robert, you want to just say hi to Patty's baby? Are you watching over Patty's baby?
Yeah. You're stuck? Where are you stuck?
Robert, look for the light, Robert. You don't have to stay here. Look for the light.
Look for the shining light and walk through it.
You don't have to stay here. You can move on to your next life. Don't be afraid. Look for the light, Robert.
It's beautiful. If you find it, you'll want to see it more and more.
I don't hear him.
Is there any other spirit still here with us?
Brittany. Robert might have moved on, maybe. Because I don't hear him anymore.
No.
I hope so. I hope he's happy with his
Me
dad.
too.
I thought I heard I'm ready, but I wasn't sure.
Oh. I think you're in Brittany.
Brittany, who do you know someone on Facebook or YouTube?
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end the session.
Please don't stay here.
Don't follow us. Go back to from where you came, and be in peace. And we'll talk later. Thank you.
Do not stay here.
Do not stay here.
You're welcome, I heard. You hear that? You're welcome. Okay, please move on. You're not allowed to stay here. This is our private space. You move on to where you came from. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you again, and please return to where you came from, okay? We will communicate another time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay,
Looks like like Robert came in for Patty from she's on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away a month ago, and
Oh wow.
after we told him to go to the light, he said he was ready. And after that, we didn't hear from him anymore. We are not here to say that we are helping spirits cross over. That's one thing. That's not our thing. We don't have any powers. We don't do anything that anybody else can do. So
That's
just
interesting though.
I want to make sure put out there that we don't do that. We just try to tell them
We
that
try to get people to communicate their what they've been trying to say for a while, because I'm pretty sure that not everyone does this, and not everyone tries to talk to someone who is not around anymore. And we try to get,
yeah, all we do is communicate
yeah.
and be a sort of a way for them to communicate their message. That is all. And I just noticed that the K2 meter has not lit up since we turned off the communication.
Okay.
And it was going off the whole time when we were talking to the spirits.
Oh wow.
And quite frankly, what it is when you hear the word "I'm stuck," where are they stuck at? Are they, and that's very hard. You don't ever want to hear someone say, "I'm stuck," or "Help me," or "I can't get out of here." You don't want spirit to say that. So,
But they usually do. They say,
exactly,
help me.
help them.
And that's probably the second time we heard about that someone say, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very rare though that I've heard that. I've heard "help me" quite a
A
few
lot.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would imagine uh, maybe they don't see us, or maybe they try to find where we are, where they hear our voices, and then they want to
Locate us.
locate us, and then they can't go where we are. And maybe that's the rule of the universe, but I don't know how that works out. And that's why we do what we do, because we try to find answers and try to get people to say what they've been wanting to say forever. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
And the K2 meter is totally dead. You haven't
Yeah.
touched it or anything.
No.
So that just proves that when they are here and they are communicating,
Mhm.
that there is something to this K2 meter. And this tool, we just found out about it because other ghost investigators use it. Really, honestly, that's the way we're finding out about it, all the tools. And today, one of the main funnest tools that we got, or that
Oh.
Dee's got, is, I don't know, Car, you want to show it? We're super excited about it. We're gonna use it to fly. Do you know where it's at?
Oh yeah. I didn't know exactly what you were talking about, but
our new
but yes,
tool.
we actually have this
Drone.
drone, and we are going to Diana. Actually, this is Diana's drone, but we are going to adopt it as
Yeah.
the para drone.
And the
And
labels can be placed right here. These all came with it, and we put them on for it. And these are replaceable. But the lovely thing about this right here is the camera. Here's the memory card right in the back.
Oh, you can put it right there.
I've got several batteries for this because one battery only lasts about 20 minutes.
Okay, so how are we gonna use it?
We do have the machine that lets it fly, and
Oh,
you can make it spin like this. You can drive it around to where it goes back like this. It also does flips like this.
So we're not gonna do it for flips.
No,
Really,
but
what we're gonna use
the
it for
camera here.
is to show you the locations that we go to. For example, like Blackstar Canyon, Calico would have been great to have it for. Any open locations that we go to, even cemeteries and mausoleums.
Things like that.
Yeah,
Just
so
to kind of get footage of nature and things like that, and help us in our adventures, to kind of maybe get a deeper look at like say a canyon or somewhere we can't get into. An overhead shot.
Right.
So we'll see. Stay tuned for that, guys.
Right.
We'll try
Yeah,
to get
it's
this
a
baby
really
working.
interesting. And you can see behind Cass here, there's a Parabear. Parabear is usually communication with children it's used very well. When we touch it, the lights
Hold on, let me
motion.
move over to that so they can see behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So behind Cass there is the Parabear. That is another tool that we are using.
And the last time we used it was where?
Ipso facto, I know for sure
in Fullerton.
in
Uh-huh.
Fullerton.
That was an interesting location to go and investigate.
And what we mean by using the parabear is that the bear himself actually has motion.
Sensors.
Yeah, like it
Here, I'll hand it over.
it's sound
Yeah.
activated. You can kind of like right now it's at a steady one. Um, let me see if I can push the button.
He's hiding underneath this shirt.
So we
Yeah.
have to be really quiet when we use it because it's sound activated. Okay, that's not it. It's one of those. There we go. So let's say that we want to communicate, right? And you can see I'm talking and it's lighting up. So when we were at ipso facto, we were really quiet and we were asking it questions. And so when we weren't in the room, we left the camera on and it seemed to be going off when nobody was in the room. It looks like the cage meter is going off.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's interesting. They really like the bear then.
Yeah, they like the bear. Is anybody here?
There.
Okay, let's stay quiet and not move because it's sound activated. So let's just give it a little try. What's your name?
If you like the bear, you can give him a hug.
Looks like it's holding the light on. What's your name? Okay, let go of the bear. Thank you. How old are you?
You know how you can answer that? If you squeeze the bear the number of times your age is.
Squeezing the bear.
9. I
Wow.
counted 9.
You're
Yeah.
9 years old. What's your name?
I know we can't get your name from that, but can you tell us, are you a boy, squeeze 2 times? If you're a girl, squeeze 3 times.
thank you. We might hear something and playing back this video on
Yeah.
Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for communicating with us. Please don't stay here. You can move on to where you came from. We'll talk to you another night. Well, girls, it's getting late.
Yeah.
So you guys want to just go ahead and do a little summary of what we talked about, and then yeah, we're gonna be here next week. You might want to talk about who's gonna be our guest next week and a little bit about her.
Well, Dee from the Daily Dee and Mysteries on YouTube is going to come on, and she's going to speak with us, answer some questions, and all three of us. I try to watch her daily. Unfortunately, being from Canada, she's about 3 to 4 hours ahead of us.
3 to 4 hours. Yeah.
So with that, I'm at work. So some of the time I can't do it, and some of the time she's maybe right as soon as I'm getting off work, she goes live and I ask some really good questions. She's very good with tarot. She's very good with giving you a good rod. Her rods, actually,
Divining rods.
the divining rods that we showed you, are her swing quite a bit. She
Yeah.
has some really strong communication.
She has spirit guides that are very prominent in her life, and they actually help, guide her in her.
Well, she supports a lot of people. If people watch her online on her YouTube channel, the Daily Dee. Her name is Dee, and she goes on and does live shows, and people on her chat ask questions.
And that's where she actually does the divining rods, a yes or no questions, and she actually does the tarot cards, either a love, oracle, or romance. So if you want to, angel, romance, and oracle. So we can definitely, join on there, and then you can either donate and ask a question right away. If you really, have an emergency question, you can definitely do that.
Yeah, she'll be here next week with us,
Yes,
right?
I can't wait. I really like listening and hearing what she has to say. So we have some good questions.
And beyond that, what she does for everybody on her YouTube channel,
Yes.
she has spirit experiences that happen in her home.
Yes, we've heard her and her daughter Jessie do. Jessie's on quite a bit of them, but Dee does do it alone also, and she runs the show all from her home, and she does a really good job. She does the best answering. I listen, the communication and the questions that I've asked her, she's really given me great advice as far as the way the answers go, what the questions are, and she really does help a lot of people.
And we've heard like weird thumps in the background, like
When
during
she's
the
on
sessions
live.
when she's on live. Even their dog Charlie reacts to certain things, barks at things that are not there. Just little things, and also the rods tend to point
To Jessie a lot,
in
actually.
certain
I think
directions,
there's a
right.
spirit. There's a spirit in her home that really likes Jessie.
Yes.
And
So-
he or she have not heard them at all, but I mean, it is interesting, and we're going to ask her some questions. So stay tuned for next Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. She's going to join us, and she's going to be somebody that we really have a lot of questions for. So I'm super excited about having
It's gonna
her
be
on.
really fun, you guys.
It's going to be super
Yeah,
fun.
I can't wait to ask her some questions. Plus, we've actually heard like one of the videos, you can hear the knocking, like a door going shaking, and they keep looking, both her and Jessie, what's that? What's that? And you can hear it, it's like a shaking sound.
And there's nobody else in the home.
Yeah.
No.
She does spirit box sessions. It's a really cool show.
She does spirit box sessions on Sundays, right?
Yes.
So girls, would you want to tell our subscribers and people who are watching what is the goal of our live show? Because I mean, this is our second live show.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Yes.
So what do you guys want to see happen
Well,
with our channel? I mean, we want to make it more chill, not so
not so boring and information.
I know.
Exactly.
Because we do have a lot of information.
Yeah.
We boy, we
It's-
love to talk.
We want to say everything. It's like it's kind of hard. It's like, how can you put everything in a tiny little box? It's really hard. But like, I want to say everything. I just want to talk about like like all of the things paranormal that I've experienced or that my fellow co-hosts experience as well,
Exactly.
and my friends. Just little things as we go on through life. As we explore, canyons and everything.
We do want to do cooperations, right? We want to
Yeah.
go up with people.
Yes.
We're open to collaborations. Yes.
Yes, because really and truly, we can learn from people like Michael Scott, or in Las Vegas, there's the Cryptic Hunter.
Oh yes.
There's
Uh-huh.
different people that do the same thing, but what they experience is what we haven't experienced yet, and vice versa. I think
Right.
a lot of different areas and different places we'd like to go and visit, and we really want to share what we've heard, what we've seen.
As a community,
Exactly.
a paranormal community, and we're all part of it. With the people we mentioned, we want
We
to.
have so many people that
Yeah.
follow us, and
Yes.
we get a lot of support from other YouTubers. We've started to get a lot of new like followers on our Instagram as they find out that we are here. I mean, we're very new to the community.
I would
Yeah.
say in the past 7 to 8 months, right? 8 months.
Maybe less.
I don't know. I think last year was when we started with
Oh,
Black
that's
Star.
Right.
Yeah.
It was last year, so we're already in the 5th month, going into the 6th month. So
True.
technically between 7 and 8 months.
Yeah, because we've been gathering, equipment, and
Right.
we all share equipment, and we've all bonded with the equipment. And a lot of people, they don't have this type of equipment, and a lot of the times you don't need that. We
So,
started
like for example, what equipment besides what we have?
like
Well, we make our own dice, right? We have a laser, and
Yeah.
we make our own we made our own dice,
Mhm.
which is like little cubes, and we put letters on all 6 sides, and we
And-
throw them on the table, and we ask questions.
we ask
right?
for communication, a yes or no, or to spell a name, or to spell a word that is indicative of what we're asking it.
Right, and we also made our own pendulum grid.
Mhm.
So we use that, and we made our own pendulum. I mean, we don't make the crystal of the pendulum, but we do put it together, and we add beads to it, and we customize it.
Yeah, like gemstones, like natural gems, and to harness, I guess to kind of collect the energy, because crystals are known to harness power and energy, and
So we want to find different types of tools. We want to play with them. We want to try to find the best way to communicate with the spirits, and for us, it's fun.
yes,
So we're gonna make in the future our parachats a little bit more chill,
Mhm.
more relaxed. Gonna be able to drink some tea, maybe talk some tea too.
Yeah, you know what it is too.
I don't want to go
We
there.
we want to find out from everybody. How do they feel? What areas do you want to go to?
Please comment below.
Exactly.
Exactly.
There's a new a crystal that I just recently found out about called Aqua Aura. And the Aqua Aura, according to my understanding,
Mhm.
is a crystal that opens up spiritually. Maybe more like you're trying to open up your clairvoyant or clairvoyant sense.
Clairsentient,
Yes.
like your to
It's a throat chakra.
Yes. So it really helps.
Opens you up.
Yes, open you up to your spiritual being. And the amethyst is a healing one, very good. So if you guys want to talk about crystals, what you see, let us know. As a matter of fact, let us know if there's anything that you're interested in speaking of. The
Yeah.
girls also make the acrylic planchettes with the Ouija boards.
For those that do communication with the Ouija board or
Mhm.
but there's
There's
different
different
forms.
grids.
Yeah.
Yes.
All in all, it's all communication. It's the intention that is behind the communication
And who's doing it?
and who's doing
Yes.
it, right?
And who
Like
you're trying to contact.
we're all about positivity, creativity. Um, we just want to find out like who is there and
Mhm.
what they need to say exactly.
Their message.
Right, exactly.
We
And
don't
we,
open
we
to.
do want everyone to be careful because we do this, but we take precautions.
Mm-hmm.
We make sure we open and close communication, and then we sage ourselves after and are the location we're at.
Yeah. Always sage openings and exits any which way, whether it's a window, whether it's doors, whether it's a venting system. You just want to make sure your whole room is saged and your body asking this. Please do not stay. We only ask for positive energy of the living
Yeah.
be in our residence. We ask for positive healing to take care of ourselves. We ask that no spirit remain. And we definitely do not open to any negative or non harmonious type of
Entities.
spirit.
Yes.
And that's our choice. We are
Yeah.
not about
Yes.
that. We're not interested in anything that has to do with magic, about doing anything to other people. We're not witches. Just making sure that you guys understand that all we do is communicate.
All we do
That
is communicate.
all.
Yes.
Yes, and we have our calico uh, videos. I don't believe we did the our cemetery visits
No, because
yet.
that's our third one. It's a
Yeah.
series of three. We did a
Yes.
Calico one, which it included the route, like the little location, that's the city or the town,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, Lucy Lane's house, etc., and the portrait house, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
you
then
gotta
the,
check out the videos.
right. And then the second one was about the mine, and you guys need to go check out that video because
That was part
we
2.
caught something in the camera. Like we actually took a picture of something that we've never caught before.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I've never seen
We
that in
heard
my life.
noises. We heard noises.
And
Yes.
audio.
Audio,
Mhm.
visual, and then I don't know. You guys have to watch it. It's really good. And so the third one is coming out too.
And just so you can see, like if you've never seen Calico Ghost Town before,
It's so nice.
just you can
there.
check it out. I mean, not a lot of people go there. I mean, it's kind of out there in Yermo, so it's not really on the side of the road or anything.
Right.
It's pretty hidden, and you have to really
Right.
know where you're going.
And there's other locations which we visited that are nearby. We visited the train station in Barstow,
And it's called what not Whaley. Is it Whaley?
the Harvey House.
Harvey House.
So we did investigate there. We got a few things as well. We investigated across the street, which is a bridge that was there nearby,
Mhm.
and we also went down to a cemetery that we're not gonna disclose the location, but it was really interesting. So stay tuned. That will be part 3 of 3 videos for Calico, and
Yes.
the next one coming up will be that one, and then after that we'll also have a video with Michael Scott.
That's gonna be really
Right,
good.
that's
Yeah.
gonna be good. You guys need to watch that one and Michael Scott's video. It is on Black Star Canyon. We did collab with him, and he's super nice, super amazing. Everything we thought he'd be. He's a really sweet guy, and he's full of information. And I honestly, to me, or to us, we feel like we learned a lot from him that day. So stay tuned. We're gonna have all our like links below so you guys can visit us. We also have a Facebook group called Paranormal Investigations.
Mhm.
And if you want to follow us, just go ahead and click on the links as well. And if you want to like and subscribe, that would help us a lot.
Yeah.
That would actually be very special to us, and we would really appreciate if you like and subscribe for the Sisters Wood, and we're under Paranormal Chat. And also you can find us under hashtag Parababes. The Parababes, just all these names just came up by us, just discovering what we love doing. ParaChat, Parababe, Paradrone now, the Parababy, the Para Bear. So you can find us
It
all
all
over the
emerged from
internet.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so just in our future podcast, sorry, not podcast. Actually, that is in our future.
Yeah.
We
That
are
is
going
one
to
of our
choose
features.
a podcast app that we're going to upload our ParaChats. We're gonna give it a swing on that, and I think we're gonna be great on it. Diana has the best voice for para podcasts.
I know. And if you want to go see our videos, we have plenty. We have Resolve Park. Oh, Whaley House. We felt the vortex there. Pioneer Cemetery, also located in San Diego. So we're really trying to get out there. We went to Las Vegas, and we actually, at our other Parababe, Angela's house, did an investigation there in the day and in the night.
Yeah.
And the night was, wow,
That's just a
lot
lot
of
of communication. And we also
Yes.
went to the pet cemetery.
mm,
Oh, that was cool.
That was very cool. And you know
Boulder.
what? I want to go back to Pet Cemetery there and use the drone
Yes,
because that place is bigger than I thought.
it is
It's way bigger.
way bigger.
We also want to go back to San Diego. There's a lot of
Yes.
places there, which we want to stay in Old Town San Diego, maybe the Cosmopolitan or a location that we know would be very interesting to stay at because they say it's haunted, right?
Yes,
And we want to stay there, and we also want to go back to Area 51 because
yes.
I need to know more about aliens and spaceships.
Mm-hmm. I know, and it's so creepy out there. I'm pretty sure there's like some kind of caves or something out there. I don't know. It's all kind of sneaky, but we were at the back gate, so they
Right.
were watching us, the camo dudes. So we'll see what they do next.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
want to
when
go and we actually want to communicate and like have our equipment with us this time
Mhm.
because the last time we had nothing except our cell phones.
I know.
And we would like to go back to Calico and do more of a private investigation, which they do have. So we would like to go back, see them, see what we can
In the mine and the
investigate.
school.
The school, we caught some miss if you look at our picture on one of them. So we caught a lot of different things. You really have to see our videos.
I want to see.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we saw different cave entrances or mine entrances throughout the area that we want to investigate as well. I think that'll be fun.
And we have someone on chat that says that their dad passed recently. Does he have any messages? If you'd like to come back for our next live show, we can have a PSD 7 session for
Yes.
you, SS 52906, and then we can ask if your dad will come in and have a conversation or
Yeah.
send you a message. Unfortunately, you joined us right when we're about to close up this live show.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna
But-
head out, but we can definitely.
Yeah, come back, subscribe, like, and then you're gonna be able to get a notification if you hit the bell. You get notification when our next live show will be, and we will have a PSD 7 session. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight on Facebook and YouTube. We really appreciate it.
Join our Facebook group. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. TSW, paranormal investigations.
Yes, and
Oh,
then we're
yes.
also on Instagram under TSW The Sisters Wood. We are also on Facebook, The Sisters Wood. You can find us all over the internet. We're on Twitter, the Sisters Wood, and join us. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it, and stay tuned for our next super chill para chat.
And
It's gonna
see you
be
next
fun.
Friday. We'll be back at 8 p.m. next Friday. So
Yes.
come and join us. Ask some questions. Let's see what we could do. And in the meantime, just leave us some information. Let us know what you're interested in. Would you like us to do rods again? Would you like us to do pendulum? Or would you like to do the PSP 7? We'd love to hear from you.
We also have the little cubes, the
Oh, the
Yes, the dice.
spirit dice. Yes.
yes, and maybe we can try something different, you know, for
Yes.
everyone. Yes, Sierra, just come back. Thank you for subscribing and come back next week.
Thank
We'll
you
be
so
here.
much.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Good night.
Good night.